Hey, welcome to 6 Minute Dharma Talk. One of my banks of lights is out, so we'll see things from a different angle today. Anyway, there's a saying in amongst us recovery people, us silly recovery people, we like to say one day at a time. And it's, you'd think we invented the phrase. Alcoholics will take credit for everything. And but they really didn't. They've co-opted it, and perhaps one of the reasons why it's of paramount importance is because sometimes it's easy to be caught up in. Well, if you have a really bad habit of some sort, like I don't know, near fatal drinking every single day, and then suddenly you stop. It's like, well, do I have to stop forever? What about weddings? What about funerals? What about the Super Bowl? What about Tuesday? What about Wednesday? So um, you may not understand this brand of thinking, but it seems to me to be human. And the antidote, of course, is to simply take it one day at a time. Humans have a sort of mind and brain that works differently than all other animals with respect to one thing and specifically, and that's the ability to abstract. We remember a past, at least our own version of it. We're certain our own past is true, but really it's just a convenient narrative that we've constructed. Sometimes you listen to brothers and sisters talk about the family they grew up in and how one had one memory and the other had the other memory. Who's right? Well, they both are, relative, relatively speaking. Unintended pun. Sorry. Is this going anywhere? Where's this conversation going today? I swear it's going someplace good. That's all the time we have for today. Anyway, the this one day at a time thing, because if you're anything like me, I'm always extrapolating forward into an imaginary future, and frequently my abstracting mind will come up with scenarios that perhaps aren't altogether pleasant, things to worry about, things to guard against, things to be cautious about. And in so doing, I can lose the present moment. And of course, this is the great message of all spirituality, all great religious teachers, all truth, is that the more we can get into the present moment, the more joy of living there is. And yet our human minds seem to be almost in a default setting to pay almost no attention to the present moment, but to gather information and narrative from the past and then make imaginary future scenarios and then try to solve them in the present. And this leads to a technical term of living. It's called hell. And by this, I mean, we miss out on the joy of life. But one of the great lines of scripture, it says, give us this day our daily bread. So if we're going to live one day at a time, then we're counseled and, in fact, strongly suggested to ask for daily bread. Now, in the last 2,000 years, bread has taken a hit and it's not as popular as it used to be. For some people, bread and flour seems to be poison, and so be it. So I doubt the great spiritual masters who say that we should ask for our daily source and supply. We're talking about some sort of food stuff specifically. By daily bread, it means we positively claim and declare and ask for what we need this very day. And bread represents the whole, what's the word? Smorgasbord of all the things we need. Wisdom, insight, love, fun, joy, truth, abundance, health, prosperity, interaction, intimacy, everything that we need, and that we're actually told that we should ask for it rather than not ask for it. Because by putting our mind on the things that we want and need, and by asking our source for it, then we're far more likely, and then we do get it. When we go to Costco and we roam around with those extra large carts, we don't not put anything in it. We don't just wander around and don't put anything in our cart. So today's message for vision, for insight, for the daily inspiration we need, because we can't live on yesterday's inspiration. It was great yesterday, but it's dead today. Its expiration date has gone off. It's stinky. It's that stuff that's pushed to the back of the refrigerator that's got the furry stuff growing on it. It's not good for us. We need today's vision, and we can ask for it one day at a time. So I would suggest asking boldly for exactly what you need this day. Do you need some health, some life, some money? Do you need some motivation? Do you need something interesting to do, something fascinating, a fun new collaboration? Do you need opportunities for service? What do you need? Ask for it and claim it as your own. Declare it, make it your own. Assimilate it inside of yourself through strong and bold acting, because sometimes kind, compassionate, polite people, which most of us are, we'll just defer all the time until we're not asking anymore. And if we're not asking for bread, we're asking for it, because we're going to get everything else that's not good for us. So we positively turn our mind toward good and ask for it. All right. Thanks for sticking through this conversation, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and we'll see you all on the flip side.